live on YouTube, slightly earlier today than scheduled. Welcome to the quick take. Fulham 2, Crystal Palace 2. A Desmond, as predicted on the Jack and Joe show. For those of you who watched, let's run through the game. Let's talk about some other stuff and then we'll wrap up as well. Get your comments in below. Were you there? Were you part of the lap of appreciation? What did you think of the lap of appreciation? What did you think of the game? It's one of those. It was one of those games at the end of the season, fairly entertaining. I know that we wanted to win to get that points tally, the record, and there's still one more game to do it. And wouldn't it be sweet to do it against Manchester United? But I came away thinking, well, good game of football. Good to see Mitrovic score. Nice to see Roy Hodgson back at the Cottage. Palace fans were excellent, I thought, from what I heard of them. Fulham fans are very, very good as well. And it was just good fun, wasn't it? It was just good fun. Let's run through the game. We started really well on the front foot, had a lot of the ball. Didn't quite create a lot of chances with what we had, though, in terms of the possession. And then we had a corner. They cleared it, and Abere is a wonderful, wonderful footballer. Him and Elise, my word, they're good. They were fantastic, and he slotted it through to Edouard, who ran onto it, and it was a finish that Bernd Leno beat it at his near post, and I was thinking, oh, maybe he didn't expect the shot to come in so quickly. However, it was 1-0 to Palace. I say against the run of play. Fulham got a penalty right on the stroke of half time. Wilson, I watched it back last night, but I had a few beers, so I probably can't remember it. Wilson cut in. I think Mitchell took him out, as I recall. Mitrovic slammed home the penalty. Of course, I think his last penalty he took was the one at Newcastle, perhaps, where of course he slipped and it wasn't given because he basically kicked the ball twice, as we all know, and made it 1-1. Went into half time. I was thinking, great, we've got a goal in front of the Hammersmith end for the last time, which is great because Roy Hodgson would have come into that and gone, we're going to turn them around, made them kick the Hammersmith end first half because they don't like doing that. I don't like it when we do that. I was very upset for all of the 5 seconds. And it's quite nice because our first goal in the Hammersmith end this season was on the opening day with Mitrovic's penalty against Liverpool, and then he ends it with the last goal in the Hammersmith end this season with another penalty against Sam Johnson and scored against Palace to make it 1-1. And then, crikey, in the second half, within a minute, Mitrovic should have made it 2-1. And actually, on replay, the chance was actually, the ball was fizzed across, and the ball was kind of bobbling as well, and he didn't strike it brilliantly. I think 7 out of 10 you score that. I think my mum could have scored that, but I'm not going to sit here and cry about it. Like, he missed it. It's not deep. He then made up for it with a wonderful header. Great ball in by Wilson. Did Wilson take the free kick? It might have been Wilson or William. I think it was Wilson, actually. Palace fans were crying about something before the free kick. Maybe the referee had given a throw in, or the lines were given a throw in, and the referee gave a free kick, or they didn't place the ball in the right place. I don't know what it was. Palace fans in the comments, if you're watching, then just let me know, because I was quite confused as to why they were and were definitely annoyed about something. Then the ball went in, and I found that quite funny because I was like, all that nonsense from the Palace fans about something, and we still scored. Great header from Mitrovic. Poor marking from Palace. It was Willian with the ball. Oh, thank you. Talking of which, when we went 2-1 up, which, by the way, when was the last time we came back from behind to win a game? That's what I was thinking yesterday. But, of course, we didn't win, so it's not relevant. Willian's shot, where he cut in and Johnston tipped over, was unbelievable. The shot was incredible. The save was incredible. If it would have been a goal, it would have been one of the best goals I've ever seen live. I was right behind it, and it was, the swerve, the curl, It was incredible, just like a really good shot. Quite sad it didn't go in, but a very good save from Sam Johnston. And then Palace equalised. With what 7 minutes to go. Was it a corner? Or was it a free kick? Free kick came in. Ward got there. Great save from Leno, and then he managed to poke it in. The reason why this goal counts: Ward was standing in offside position, and then Robinson. It came off Robinson. It went behind him. Therefore, I think it avoids the offside. I don't really know, but the goal stood. There must have been, there was the check was quick enough, and you can't really have any complaints then. So that's still something I don't quite know the rules of, but I'll just do my research and read up on it for next time. Great game, really good game, and actually Palace nearly won at the end. Elise shot. Why? What an effort! I mean, the skill from Eze, the shot from Elise. As you can tell, I do enjoy watching Palace. I've seen them quite a few times this season, and I thought their fans were great yesterday. I thought they played really well. I thought Margay was very, very good. Will Hughes was a nuisance in midfield. And Elise and Eze were very, very good. And that was it. That's all she wrote for the games at the Craven Cottage this season. 19 home games. I'm not going to try and break it down. I can't remember, but I mean, a great season. And the atmosphere before the game was really good with the little sachet scarves that we had, and it was just good stuff. Really enjoyed it, and don't have too many complaints really about the result. Let's get into some comments, and then we can talk about some other results, because it was a big weekend in the Premier League and still is. It's going to be a big day today. Didn't get to go. How was the lap of honour? I actually wasn't quite sure if the press conferences were going to be taking place after the lap of honour, or Hodgson was going to come out before everyone was all done. So I kind of saw the players come out, and then I was like, okay, I need to go and set up in the press room and this. I didn't see it really. I just saw it on social media, but it looked very nice with Paulinho. I heard all the songs, Mitchell's on Fire, Paulinho, and yeah, it must have been really nice. Must have been really good. We need to invest in the summer to maintain top 10. Absolutely. And actually, yeah, what does it mean? It means that we're going to be, unfortunately, it means that Brentford will finish above us. However, given they were already a Premier League team last season, we're the newly promoted. It's not that deep. We're going to be finishing 10th no matter what. The only team that could potentially maybe overtake us is Chelsea if they win all their games and the goal difference swings in their favour. However, I don't see that happening. They play Man City, the champions, today, who maybe have bigger fish to fry, coming to the end of the season. They've already won the league and they've got the Champions League and FA Cup final. But then they also play Manchester United away and Newcastle at home. I actually don't see them picking up many points. Well, certainly not 9 to knock us off 10th spot. So that's all good. And yeah, I mean, 54 goals scored, 51 conceded. Marco was disappointed after the game, as you would, dropping 2 points late on. Obviously, the record that was there, and we're at home, and I think, that was disappointing. However, I'm not going to sit here and cry about it. It's only a draw in the end. We haven't drawn many games this season, actually. I wish Willian was young so he could play with us for longer. Well, I mean, one more year. Class is permanent. You could see that yesterday. He's still got very good, very, very good stamina. Still tracks back, runs down the channel with speed. I thought yesterday, individually, our performances were very good. There was a yellow card, I think, for Robinson. Paulinho got another yellow. And I think Bobby D. Cordova-Reid got booked, did he? Was that who got booked? No, Tosin got booked. And then Paulinho, then Robinson. No yellow cards for Palace. Willian with the ball in, apparently. Okay, that clears that up. Diop and Tosin, the partnership we've all wanted to see for so long. Do we need better? Yeah, I think we still do leak goals, and that was poor from the set pieces yesterday, and we got caught on the counter. That's not going to be something that Marco's going to be a fan of. So I think in the summer we will probably buy one defender. Tim Ream, of course, might play his part next season. But if Tim Ream, if that's like the last sort of contribution Tim Ream's made in a full season where he's playing week in, week out, then he can go out with his head held high And then it wouldn't surprise me if he was starting again next season. It genuinely wouldn't. But I think we'd need one more centre back in, and there is interest in Tosin. I hope he does stay, because I think he's got very, very good over the last few weeks, and he's still very young. However, if we do sign, we'll make a nice little profit on him as well. Palace were angry because the free kick was not on the spot. Oh, okay, that makes sense. So I mean, it's just not that deep, is it? It's just not that deep. Do you know when the preseason summer schedule gets released besides the US tour matches? No, I don't. However, I would assume that if it finishes, was the summer tour finishing like the 20th, like right at the end of July, I would imagine we've got like one more, maybe at the Cottage before the season starts on, I think, August 12th. So maybe on that first weekend of the EFL season, we're going to have a home friendly. Maybe. We'll see. At least we can keep up with the mid-table teams, which gives me hope that we can stay in the league next season. I was talking about this with some friends after the game. Like, can we push on? And, you know, he was saying, oh, I want to like push for Europe next season. I was thinking, well, yeah, hell, me too. It'd be a great time, because we're at a great age where we can appreciate a European tour. And we've got a lot of young fans now who would really go out there and make a lot of noise and would bring a lot of numbers. But you know, the Premier League is extremely competitive. You know, if we finish 10th next season with a very similar season, I would be very happy, because it's all about consolidating. You don't want to have SSS, second season syndrome. I mean, we already know Burnley, Sheffield United are going to have one of Coventry or Luton in the Premier League next season. And obviously, the whole summer narrative is going to be, well, one of Luton and Coventry are down, Sheffield United are down. Who's going down with them? That's not necessary. All three promoted teams have stayed up this season. But we do have to look upwards, not downwards. But if we finish like 11th or 12th next season, have a slight drop off, and Marco's still in the job and he's signed a new contract, I'm not going to be sitting here crying. But we've got to, invest and make sure that we sustain our Premier League status and not be in a relegation battle this season. That is important. Okay. Do you think it looked like Paulina was saying goodbye at the end? Ooh, tricky. I mean, I saw a video they put on Twitter. I don't know. I don't think so. You can't sort of, Ruben Neves yesterday. Everyone was like, Fabrizio Romano was saying he's off to Barcelona. He's saying his goodbyes. Well, he's done that before, and and there was a tweet saying, well, he's turned up at Molineux in August the next season. There will be interest, I'm sure. Bayern Munich have already said they're interested. I'm sure Premier League teams will be interested. A team like Spurs could really do with a player like Paulinho. However, we know how important he is to us, so we're going to be demanding a high fee. Still got 5 years on his contract as well. So one thing is for sure, Mitrovic is going to stay. I mean, that is just. I feel like what happened at United, people have gone off him, and the way he was interacting with the crowd yesterday, he loves it here. He absolutely loves it here. So I am worried about Paulinho, but we shall see in the summer. I would say right now, percentage-wise, I think 40%. 60% he stays, 40% he goes. Bring them to Australia. I have no power within doing that, but that would be fun. This summer, do you think we could possibly pay more than 20 million for a player? I think it's time we make some big signings. Yeah, I think we can. I think the money could be there to spend. Whether we spending little amounts on a lot of players or bigger amounts on a few players. I think we need 5 or 6 players in the summer. I don't think anything more than 6, depending on who we lose. I mean, Joe Bryan looks like he's going back to Bristol City. Ooh, this is the stuff we can get into the Jack and Joe show, in the week and in the weeks coming in the summer. We should probably wrap up, because I've got to head off to West Ham United against Leeds. That's going to be a huge game. So Manchester City have won the league. Everton got a point yesterday, which means Leeds are on the brink, and Leicester are on the brink. Leicester play tomorrow night against Newcastle away. Leeds play today, this afternoon. I'm very fascinated to see, because West Ham I think they're like sort of safe now because of the results. It would basically take Leeds winning both games, West Ham losing at Leicester. I can't remember. So something astronomical would send West Ham down. I think they're safe now.